Greetings everyone. Welcome to Wedaways Getaways. This week we are back to Italy, one of our favorite places on the planet. We are really delighted that you've taken your time to join us today. We have a wonderful lineup of properties. We have Capri Palace on the beautiful Isle of Capri. I got married on the Isle of Capri, so I can tell you firsthand, there's no place like it. And then we're going back up to Tuscany, two spectacular properties, Hotel La Fontanelle and Castello Di Vicarello. They are beautiful. We have visited them often, and we can't wait to go back in 2021. On Thursday this week, June 25th, we will be going to the glorious country of Montenegro. It is a yacht paradise. You have to join us for that webinar. We will also be going to the incredible city of Istanbul, Turkey. We had a fam trip planned there this year, which we had to cancel, unfortunately. And we're also going to go to Crete, which is Greece's largest island. The properties that we are going to be highlighting on Thursday are fantastic for Indian weddings, for total buyouts. You have to definitely tune in. On July 2nd, we are launching a 3-part webinar series called The Wedaways Advantage, Travel and the Business of Weddings. These 3 parts are going to be all about how we can help you as a company increase your business, build your entrepreneurial business, because when we collaborate, we increase capabilities and there's exponential growth for everyone. So we really look forward to you registering. The 3 Thursdays will be July 2nd, July 16th, and July 30th. Today, Pamela and I, as you know, both of us were the co-founders of Wedaways, will be hosting this webinar. Pamela is the moderator. If you have any questions at all for any of the properties, shoot them into the Q&A or the chat box. And if you can't get those questions on during the webinar, or you want to send them to us afterwards, don't worry, we will get back to you for sure. And you know, all of the webinars that we've already broadcast and recorded are on the webinars page on wedaways.com. You can use that as a resource to travel the world, roam from home. Hashtag roam from home. Okay, well, welcome. Today we are going to be seeing Capri Palace Jumeirah presented by Claudia, Hotel La Fontanelle presented by Virginia, and Castello Di Vicarello presented by Luciano and Neri. We are going to ask Claudia to start the morning for us. Welcome, so happy to see you.
Hello everybody, I'm Claudia, the Sales and Marketing Manager of the amazing Capri Palace, and I'm so glad to introduce you today to one of the most iconic venues of the Mediterranean. The Capri Palace is a small but a glamorous island located in front of Naples and in the south of Italy. It's possible to reach Capri just in 45-50 minutes from Naples harbor. You can actually take a luxury speed motorboat on a ferry, or otherwise in a 15 minutes helicopter ride directly from Naples airport. We are located in the center of Anna Capri. Anna Capri is actually the most unspoiled and traditional part of the island, where you can really feel what is the Caprese life. I mean, there are such a pedestrian roads, you can walk around, there's a lot of nature, and then amazing views and breathtaking views over the Mediterranean. This is a photo of our entrance. This splendid, a modern masterpiece welcomes you as soon as you enter in our special hotel. We are located in the center of Anna Capri, but also we are a little away from the traffic lights and then from the most chaotic place. We are surrounded by the green. This is just before our entrance. This is the reason why a lot of VIPs, royals, or celebrities has chosen the Capri Palace to celebrate a special occasion, but not only, but also to spend, a very special days in total privacy. There is a photo of our lobby. Our style is a mix between contemporary and classical style as well. The hotel owns a total of 68 rooms. We are, of course, more than welcome and open to organize full hotel buyouts, but otherwise it's also possible to reserve as much rooms as necessary for this special occasion. Every room has a very strong Mediterranean taste. You can see it from this photo that we have in the presentation. Bright colors, amazing views. Also, you cannot miss some of our suites that are also perfect for bridal couples because they have some of them, they also have private pools and enchanting views. All our outlets can be privatized for special events. Let's start with our Bar degli Artisti, artist bar located inside the hotel that offers an internal area and an amazing terrace overlooking the island of Ischia. This venue is special for organizing welcome cocktails, such as rehearsal parties, or also after dinner and cut of the cake. You can enjoy a fine dining wedding menu at our L'Olivo restaurant. L'Olivo is the only 2 Michelin star restaurant of the island, overlooks the hotel pool, can be as well completely privatized for special events. The food is really traditional, but with a touch of innovation. So actually the perfect match. And last but not least, 10 minutes car distance from the hotel, there's Il Riccio, our beach club and restaurant, awarded as well with 1 Michelin star, is located next to the most famous, one of the most iconic places of the island, the Blue Grotto. Il Riccio as well can be completely privatized for special events, for rehearsal parties, wedding days, of course, and why not, also for a beach party the day after the wedding. It's composed by different levels. This is the Riccio Sea Lounge, where we usually organize welcome cocktail, or if you wish to have a beautiful after dinners and dance under the stars. The main restaurants, where you can taste our traditional local food. There's also an open space kitchen where you can see our chef working and preparing the dishes. And last but not least, we leave it usually as a surprise for our guests, the Temptation Room. This is a room dedicated to desserts, but of the Neapolitan tradition. So it's a real temptation not to be able to come in. Then for couples who wish to be pampered before and after the special day, we have our Capri Beauty Farm. They offer special treatments and then selected program to make as memorable special the day. We also have an in-house makeup artist and an hairdresser available for the day. As I told you, all the venues can be completely privatized, and together with the support of our selected suppliers, we can make the venues even more magical. We can help you get in touch with the florist, with music entertainments and photographer as well, to make your day more magical. And those are a few highlights of our hotel. It's always a pleasure to be able to work with Wedaways, with Pamela and Renee in organizing special events. And then, of course, if you wish to receive more information, please try to be in contact with Pamela and Renee, and we'll be able to organize a visit of our properties. So we really look forward to welcome you to the Capri Palace.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We really are looking forward to a wonderful fam trip to Capri. That would be incredible. Pamela, do you have any questions?
I do have some questions for this beautiful property.
Ah, fantastic.
Claudia, what is the maximum capacity for events on property?
At L'Olivo, we are able to host approximately up to 250 guests, while at Il Riccio, up to 170, 180 guests.
Beautiful, perfect. And are there noise restrictions at the property?
It's possible to, at the Capri Palace, since we are located in the city center, we are able to have music entertainment up to midnight, while at Il Riccio, since it's just far away from the traffic, we are able to have music entertainment up to 2 a.m., which is not bad at all for, you know, for party makers.
That's amazing. And if we have a buyout, what is the minimum night stay for a buyout?
It depends on the dates requested. Usually during peak season, we might require 3 or 4 night minimum stay. During low season, that could be April, beginning of May, or the end of September, October, also 2 days.
Perfect. And what's the seasonality of the property? When is the property open and closed?
We usually open by mid-April. Next year, 2021, we're going to open on the 22nd of April until the 16th of October.
Perfect, beautiful. Is the Michelin starred chef the chef for the wedding menu?
Yes, it is. He's all the time present. He takes super special care on a wedding day, so he loves to be present and to make sure that everything runs perfectly and goes very smoothly.
Beautiful. Is the chef able to accommodate special dietary needs and requirements?
Absolutely, we are able to prepare special and tailor-made menus for gluten-free, for people that has, you know, specific dietary restrictions. So no problem at all.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Those are the questions I have for now. I'm sure
thank you.
Once these planners are reviewing, they're going to have more. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much to you.
Thank you. Oh, it's gorgeous. Okay, we're going to Tuscany now. We're taking the train up the street and we're going to land at the beautiful Hotel La Fontanelle. You know, I just want to say to our audience and to all of you that are going to watch this at a later date, the 3 properties that we are featuring today have been with Wedaways since the very beginning. They were the original handful of properties that came on board and believed in the project way back in 2015, early 2016. So we're just really so thankful that you are wonderful longtime partners. Virginia, Hotel La Fontanelle.
Hi there, Renee. Hi. There we go. So let me do this. There we go. So today I'm going to introduce you to our beautiful property, which is, I'm sorry, take a look. It's not going through. There we go. So, and this and that. So hello, my name is Virginia Pape and I'm the booking and event coordinator at Hotel Fontanelle. And today I'm going to introduce you to our beautiful property. Hotel Fontanelle is a 5-star boutique hotel. As you can see, it's located in the middle of the Tuscan countryside. In fact, we're surrounded by olive groves, vineyards, and cypress trees. The hotel is made out of 2 main blocks. You have the main area, which is the one you see in the picture on the right side, and the Villa Il Mandorlo, which is our dépendance, which is the one you see on the left side in the middle of the cypress trees. The hotel was opened initially in 2006. It had initially only this main area with 25 rooms. It took at least 6 years of renovation before opening it. We've been working hard on it, and so here you may find 25 rooms divided in 5-room typologies, as well as the hotel facilities. Only 3 years ago, we opened even the new dépendance called Villa Il Mandorlo, as I mentioned. It's 400 meters from the main building. We added initially 9 rooms, and this year we added 2 more. So we have 11 rooms with the 3 higher room typologies here. So that makes a total of 36 rooms on the property. The hotel, as I told you, we're right in the middle of Tuscany. in the Chianti Classico region. It's the region where the Chianti Classico wine is produced, and it's the wine you recognize from the label with the black rooster. We're 20 minutes drive from Siena, so 20 kilometers. The closest airport is in Florence, an hour and a half drive approximately. Pisa is 2 hours distance, and Rome is between 2.5 hours, 3 hours, depending on the traffic that you find. One of the strongest points of Hotel Fontanelle not only is the location, but also the position of the hotel. In fact, as you may see, we're on top of a hill, so we have some spectacular views, which make probably this place a beautiful venue for weddings, especially if bride and groom are interested in having some really nice pictures to look at afterwards. In fact, we have a really wide angle view that goes all the way to almost 180 degrees. And so you feel like you're feeling on top of the world and feels really private and exclusive. Another strong point of the property is the fact that we have several private gardens on site. So different common areas that can be used in various ways, starting from the blessing, going on to the aperitif, or to the dining, or even just for the photo shooting, the cut of the cake, and so on. So every single garden will have a beautiful view around the Chianti Hills. When it comes to weddings, we always require the buyout of the property. So the duration may vary depending on if it's during low season or high season. During months of low season, which are like April, May, and October, there's a minimum stay of 1 night. During months of high season, so from June until September, we require a minimum of 2 nights. What is included with the exclusive use? So first of all, of course, all the common areas, and of course, all of the 36 rooms. As already mentioned, there are 5 different room typologies. So we start with the classic room, which is a double bedroom with an ensuite bathroom. What you will notice scrolling through the pictures is that all of the rooms are one of a kind. So you're going to see rooms which have always a different view from one another. They're going to be different in size, but always, and location as well on site. Going on with the room typologies, then after the classic rooms, we have the prestige rooms, which also have a small little private garden. These rooms are all located next to the outdoor swimming pool, and there are just 4 of them. Going one more step up, you have the deluxe rooms, which are wider rooms. They can either have a living room or a view on the valley or a back patio. They're very different. There's even a couple of rooms which have a 4-poster bed or even a balcony. Going up is still another step. So junior suites, these rooms have all the outdoor private space with either a patio, private garden, or terrace with the view on the valley. What you will notice also is that even if they're all very different, of course, the vibe of the rooms is always the same. So you're going to find the wooden beam ceilings, the cotto floors, and every single element has been chosen personally by the owner of the hotel. So this is almost everything is custom made for the hotel. Going through, these are other pictures of the views, of course, that we have from the rooms. And this, to finish, in fact, we go all the way up to the suites. These are the biggest rooms we have, the largest ones with bedroom, living room, bathroom, and also private garden. So when always concerning buyouts, what we always have in the room for all of the guests that come and attend the wedding, we always have a welcome gift for them during the stay, which is a bottle of wine of our own production, as well as some homemade cantucci, which are the Tuscan almond biscuits. And for bride and groom instead, we have a 30-minute spa voucher that they can use during the stay, and as well a bottle of spumante, which is always of our own production because we have a winery not too far away from the property. Always included with the buyout, there's breakfast in the morning for all of the guests, which can either be served in our restaurant La Colonna. In fact, the name is taken from the column that you find inside the restaurant. Otherwise, it can even be served outside on our Belvedere terrace. This is one of the setups you get to see. This is one of the last weddings we've had where they've been hanging even all of the lights around. And this is normally the table setting that we also offer to our clients, which is always included unless they don't want to have something different. And at that point, we can give them the contact of some suppliers from outside. The dishes that are chosen for the wedding menu can be chosen personally, of course, by bride and groom. Our popular chef, Daliane Carnella, will be able to give them different options from which they can choose first the tasting, and then from there create the menu that they wish for their wedding. It's a gourmet cuisine, but always with a Tuscan note to it. If clients during the stay wish to have something a little bit more simple without having to dine at the restaurant, they can either have lunch or a snack at our al fresco pool bar, or if not, even at our lounge bar. One of the activities that we normally suggest to the guests that come for a wedding is to either organize even a welcome dinner at our barrel room, which is at our winery. As I mentioned, the name of the winery is Valle Picciola, and it's just 2.5 kilometers away from the hotel. Otherwise, another very nice idea is to organize welcoming with a guided tour of the winery with a wine tasting. Of course, a good idea could also be to pair some of our wines to the dishes that are chosen from the bride and groom, also because it is some wine that is produced from the vineyards that are even around the hotel. As you can see, as I already mentioned, so the gardens mostly are the plan A when it comes to organizing weddings, but of course we need to have plan B, and it's very useful to have even the indoor living rooms that can be used either for the blessing or even for the party afterwards after the wedding dinner. And the lounge bar can be used also for the aperitif. And of course, always included with the buyout is the access to the health center. So you have the use of the outdoor swimming pool, of the indoor swimming pool, of the Turkish bath, sauna, jacuzzi, and as well as the gym. Of course, we always work a lot with Wedaways, and it's good even to help out, of course. And in case of, if it's necessary, we can even give contacts of other suppliers, even just for the car rentals, for vintage cars, Ferraris, Apes, but also to create a custom-made wedding that, of course, is going to be the most important day for the bride and groom. So the good thing is to organize something that is just amazing. And we're really looking forward to having and working again all together.
Thank you, Virginia. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I have to say that those classic cars are in a garage right on the property. So
yes, exactly.
Where, you got to call a supplier to bring something in. I mean, they are right there. It's pretty cool.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful vintage cars. Those are just amazing. And as you will notice, they're always with the same color as Le Fontanelle. So this red Bordeaux that you find all over in the rooms and in the common areas, that's even on the cars. So it's part of the Fontanelle, in fact.
The brand. You did a beautiful branding. Amazing. Details and details. Pamela, do you have any questions?
Yes, we have some questions for this beautiful property as well.
Right.
Before I get to the questions, can you tell us about your opening date?
So we're going to be opening next year on April 15th, and we'll be open until October 31st.
And we are definitely scheduling another FAM. We had a FAM scheduled for October. We had 8 properties that we were going to visit, but it's coming. We're coming, and we are coming to visit. So
absolutely, and we're waiting for you.
Beautiful, thank you so much. On the property, is there space to build a tent in the outdoor ceremony location overlooking?
So the fact is that it is possible to have a tent mostly on the terrace. The fact is that normally our maximum capacity is 70 people on site, so 70 adults. We can then add like 20 children, more or less, but not more than that. Even because, of course, it gets a little bit complicated when you have to do it outside because of the grass. So, but we could have one of the gardens where we can even have a tent outside.
Perfect. And did you mention the minimum night stay for the buyout?
So in low season, so months of April, May, and October, it's 1 night minimum. Otherwise, in high season, it goes up to 2 nights. It doesn't matter if it's on a weekend or a weekday. That doesn't change anything.
Perfect. And do you have rooms with double beds?
So most of the rooms have double beds. So not, let's say 16 rooms out of 36 can have twin beds at that point. So yes, most of our rooms have double beds. Some of them have even sofa beds or extra beds that can be added. We can even add some baby cribs for children up to 3 years of age. So we can squeeze everybody in size.
Fabulous, thank you. And in terms of vendors, do you have your own preferred vendors list that planners should be considering when planning a wedding, or can they bring?
No, we don't. So we're open to everybody, of course. The vendors have to come on site and see the property, and so that we can all work together and make it work. So, but it's absolutely, the bridal couple and the wedding planner are free to choose whoever they prefer. So there are no limits on that side.
Fabulous. And do you have a helipad on property?
So we're actually, hopefully by next year, we're going to have it. So it's just not even a kilometer away from the property. So by next year, yes.
Fantastic. Perfect. Those are the questions I have for now. I'm sure we will have more. Planners, if you have any questions, immediate questions, go ahead and put them in the question and answer box. One more question that was asked was about nearby accommodations for overflow guests. So for Hotel La Fontanelle, you have maximum capacity of about 70. So all of the guests would be staying on property.
Exactly.
To let our planners know, if there is ever a need for additional accommodation for overflow guests, Wedaways will absolutely assist in providing those options and managing those blocks.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you. Thank you, Virginia. Thank you from Pamela. And now we're going to go to the thank you. We're going to the beautiful Castello Di Vicarello. We have Luciano and Neri here to share the beautiful property with us. Take it away.
So welcome, and I'm Neri Baccheschi. My family owns Castello Di Vicarello, and next to me we have Luciano, who is our manager, and he will start and drive you through a little bit our presentation, but we will both contribute into it to guide you a bit on our state.
Castello di Vicarello is in Maremma, in the wild Maremma, not well-known Maremma, in the sense that we are just in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the nature, in the sense that the nature and the view is so beautiful and fantastic. And Vicarello is a very romantic and unique place, in the sense we have only 9 suites as accommodation. So the dimension is very, very little, intimate and romantic, in the sense that you can see all around the property, nature, green, and you can hear birds during the whole day. And after the sunset, you will see tons of number of stars. One of the activities, stargazing, is to see the stars in the sky. Castello di Vicarello is an historical building, started to be built on 12th century, and there is a lot of history, 900s of history that belongs from us back to the history. We are located between Siena and Grosseto. We are more or less 2 hours driving distance from Florence. You can land in Grosseto in a private airport. It's only 45 minutes driving distance. And you can land also by helicopter directly in Grandfield area, located that you can see quite at the end of the property, where the you can see the green where the helicopter can land. Absolutely. I will say that it's a family business. So Aurora and Carlo have and bought the property more or less 35 years ago. The property was completely in ruin. They are visionary, aesthetic people, and they do very hard work to renovate and to restore, because it was completely in ruin. And now the situation, little by little, there is an handover between Carlo and Aurora to the young generation. They have 3 sons. Neri is one of them. There is another one, Brando, and Corso as well. And what we can do, we open our door to weddings. We are normally open from March to November, normally. This season is very strange. It doesn't match the case, but normally we can host weddings on 2 days buyout during the shoulder season. So March, May, October, and November, and the high season starts from May to October. We require for the low season 2 nights stay, and for the high season 3 nights stay. And people can feel how much we are authentic, in the sense that we produce our oil and wine. They are both biological, and we have our vegetable garden, we have chicken hens. We try to put together the most typical Tuscan products to offer to our guests a real experience, in the sense that people has to be comfortable, quite at home, and we do not change anything from the wedding as a normal. Do the number, yes, in the sense we can due to the fact that we have 2 swimming pools, we can offer a partial villa rental and an exclusive villa rental. In the partial villa rental, you can have only 4 of our suites, but also the use of a swimming pool. That could be very interesting, and where we could organize the barbecue instead of the pizza party, instead of an intimate rehearsal dinner, the ceremony as well, without problem at all.
So just I wanted to say one word. One of the very nice things about this property is that also in 3 nights stay, we are able to organize different events in different locations of the state. So all the time is basically a surprise for the guest. Normally we start the first night with a barbecue, the rehearsal dinner, normally at our infinity pool. And, you know, the next day we can move on towards the vegetable garden and the olive grove for the ceremony. And later on in the grand field, it is like this big area, big space where we can accommodate up to 200 people, and these beautiful views of the surroundings, because we are on top of the hill, and we really have such a beautiful view, 360 degrees, is all open, and we actually see also the seaside from Vicarello. And the next day we can organize actually the brunch, for example, at our second pool, so the Olive Grove pool. But another very nice thing is that we have an estate close to Vicarello. It's about 40 minutes distance, that it's called La Valle di Buriano, and has really such a wild feeling because we have our Maremma cows, we have deers, wild boars, and so it's sort of a wild setting with fireplaces, and the butcher with whom we work since 25 years that does fantastic barbecue. So it's a very nice, different setting. And so I think when you put everything together, there is a lot of diversity, and really, I think every time is a surprise, not just for the guest, but also for the bride and the groom, because most of the time they don't expect this.
I would say that we do not host everybody or every attendees of the event, but obviously mostly of the families could stay with us, and the rest of the guests we spread away around here, little hotels, bar, B&Bs, small hotel. They have their habits also to host our guests, in the sense that also them we can organize a sort of shuttle service for the wedding night, where probably people eat and drink a little bit more than normal, so that we have no problem to drive during the Tuscan roads that are not very comfortable after 4 or 5 drinks that you had. Obviously, we can organize we have a package that includes the ceremony, the aperitif, and the wedding day, the wedding dinner normally, and also the possibility to organize the barbecue or the pizza party as well.
Yeah, so like exactly. So yes, it's true, we have only 9 accommodation, but we have to say that most of the wedding that we do are on an average about 100, 120 people, and as I said, up to 200. So it's 15 years that we do this, and we are very used to book, you know, as Luciano was saying, location where it's close by and organize shuttle service. So this actually sometimes comes across like a limit, but our guest and bride and the groom never felt this. And yes, one more thing to say is that sometimes it's fun because, you know, like some guests say, oh, fantastic. So, you know, I have this aunt that I really can't see. She will go like to the furthest, you know, B&B, and then my closest friends are going to stay here with me. But yeah. And one more thing about the accommodation is that all of them are completely different.
You have pictures? Can you show us pictures?
Yes, let me see if I have some more in the presentation.
Wait, don't go too fast, because you've talked to us
Okay,
about
later on. Later on, we go back at the end. Okay, I try to find some more pictures, but they're beautiful. Like this is our spa suite. It's like about, they're all big because the smallest is about 45 square meters and the biggest is about 120. This is our spa suite, about 70 square meters of suite plus another 70 square meters of deck. And it's called spa suite because you have a private steam room, a private sauna, and private jacuzzi. And as you can see, the view is beautiful. But from the whole estate, the view is fantastic. And yes, let's go on.
It's just an example. Is our vegetable garden, or better, probably this year is only our herbs garden, and where normally we take the ceremony. Obviously, we can organize also, there are some beautiful churches also around, in the sense for the Catholics as well. No problem to organize the wedding in a church, different size. It depends on the taste of the bride and the groom. Normally, we ask them to come or to see exactly which is the difference between them, absolutely. And we have a long rustic table in the ground field down where the ground field is, where we can organize, is a normal setting for, I will say that in this case, the long table is for 35 people, but we can add some round table, some square table, no problem. We can organize normally the bar made by barrels. We can organize the dance floor because the music can go on all night long, I will say. Yeah. No problem. So there are no curfew to respect, in the sense that we are just in the middle of nowhere. So no problem about the neighbors. They are not calling us to stop the music, I will say. And also for them, for the food and wine, as I told you before, is something very important. Is a key point for Vicarello, in the sense we try to be the mostly natural, and we try to do our menu at the best, very simple, very Tuscan, and no problem about the places, in the sense we can change. And when we have a wedding, we host a wedding, all the staff is concentrated on this event, and we put really a lot of good and positive energies about that results that should be the best that probably go over the expectation of the couples, and quite normal, I will say. But really, it's a very hard work that we do with this kind of job. And also due to the number, we do not make 3 different weddings in the same day or in the same weekend. Obviously, we are concentrated to work, and there is a lot of work before and during the operational point of view. We have a lot of preferred vendors that knows the property, that we can suggest and we give the list to the couples. They can choose different tastes in the sense that already know where exactly to shoot a photograph of a picture. And is our, I would say, is due by our eyes, is by experiences that comes from the past. So we are quite sure that if we say a person, we indicate a person, our professional one should be the right one.
Yeah.
But obviously they also can choose it. Absolutely.
Absolutely, we're very flexible. I just wanted to add one thing when it comes to the food. Like we are an organic farm since 25 years. So all our vegetable gardens are organic, and most of the products are coming from there. And actually my mother, back in the days, she used to be the chef of Vicarello, and she wrote a cookbook called My Tuscan Kitchen and was published in the US by Rizzoli. So also if we change the chef, the roots are still the same. The roots of our
the kitchen, because you do great cooking classes, I know.
Yeah.
And they're fantastic. Show us some more of the pictures, because I hope you have one of those wedding, those
presentation, but I will share later. And when it comes to the wine, also the wine is very particular, because we have 3 vineyards that are surrounding the estate, and we produce this very small quantity, because we produce between 10 and 15,000 bottles a year. And we got like very important awards, like the Platinum Medal 97 point out of 100 at the Decanter, the Great Gold Medal at the Concours Mondial of Bruxelles, Super 3-star Veronelli, etc., etc. Yeah, and also the wine, of course, is organic.
It's just a picture and a sample of a barbecue. As Neri told you before, we call our butcher, and we have a very big grill where the cook is a cooking show, in the sense that they can choose a different part of pork instead of beef, salsicce, and whatever. It's very fun and beautiful moments. And do also some vegetables. There are 2 kinds of barbecue with included or excluded beverages that normally are made by wines, in the sense that with the barbecue, the red wine, the Tuscan red wine is perfect, is absolutely perfect. Different setting that we can do is one near the infinity pool. It really depends on the taste of the couples, if they want to make a more elegant or more rustic lighting, without lighting, with candles, without. We are definitely open to all the eventually location that we can do without problem, absolutely. And also we have the long table to make a rehearsal instead of the first night when the couple arrives, an intimate dinner with the family. A long table instead of round table without problem, in the sense that they can choose. We are definitely open, and we can change the places and location without problem at all. Yes. Normally the ceremony is in the herbs vegetable garden, and the aperitivo is just in the courtyard, up and down, because we have a fantastic terrace, different points where food and beverage should be to the guest disposal, in the sense, due to the number, depends on the number of the guests they attend to the weddings. We can put different stations in different locations where people can help themselves and go around. Normally there is the music, the classic music instead of, but open to a rock also wedding without problem, absolutely, with pleasure.
Also like in this case, because of course we don't produce everything on our own, but you know, also when we use external vendors, we are very careful. We only take you know, people that produce organic ingredients, and you know, not too big, not too much, and yeah, very selected.
You have 2 minutes.
Okay,
Exactly.
we will be quick.
Exactly, absolutely. And normally the wedding dinner is down in the ground field, as I told you before. There's a rustic long table. Then we can add some different tables. We can organize a bar, the dance floor, or whatever, the bands. No problem.
Also, the setting can be very different. Here we have 2 examples. One is more elegant, the other one is more rustic. So it's really up to the couple.
And the ground field is the ideal place, and eventually in the case of bad weather, to put the tent, where I can normally stay between 100 and 150 people seated without problem. And
this is just an example of our dinner menu, just to show you what we do. Like also because for us it's very important to deliver exceptional quality of food. Normally we don't suggest you know, the couple to go to too fancy kind of food, because also when you produce it in quantity and it needs to be quick, it needs to be, you know, comes at the table perfect. So we focus more on like traditional things, very tasteful and Toscan. So this is one of our prerogatives. And this is the brunch.
Normally the third day after the party, the brunch is located in the second swimming pool area. We have 2 different brunches, one with included beverages and the second one not. Is very easy in the sense that it normally is the farewell from the couple to the guest. They can stay with us just for a small time, and then they leave. We can offer different activities, as you told me, Renee. Also during the wedding, we can organize some very funny, in this case, cooking classes and wine tasting. In this case, there is a big rock just in the middle of the vineyards, where we can organize some wine tasting, exceptionally because are made by the family. So the difference is also in that, in the sense the feeling and the vibes that you can feel, because it's they are all open to the hospitality, I would say.
Here we are. Over.
Did you have a picture of that really cool kitchen where you do the cooking classes?
Allora, not here.
No, that's okay, because I think we have it on our website. It's very cool, though.
For example, you asked for other rooms. So let me see if I can focus more. So this is, for example, our sassy room on the bottom right of the screen. So it's still like a very nice view, but you see how the character changed from the other suite that I showed you before. And up here, this is the terrace. Luciano was talking about the aperitif. So people go up and down from the courtyard to the terrace. And also here, the view is fantastic. And yeah, and this is our thing.
Because whatever pictures you don't have here, we have on the website. So you don't have to worry about that. The property is beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. It's all 3 properties today are very beautifully positioned. Long gravel roads to reach the gates or on the cliffs, as you saw in Capri, just absolutely beautifully positioned. And we love going there, and we can't wait to go back. Just to share with you my screen really quickly. If you want to go to the website, you can see, there we go, Capri Palace, and you can see all the pictures. That's Il Riccio Beach House. You can see, that's me. That's not what I want to show you. That is Definitely not. Okay. La Fontanelle, of course, that fabulous wedding picture, and Castello di Vicarello. They have very, very interesting rooms also. There aren't a lot, there are only 9, but the rooms are all very unique and really beautiful, and everybody has fantastic parts of their property that we're going to see in person in 2021.
They're waiting for you.
Yes, please.
We are definitely coming back, 100%. We are not going to screen. I'm not screen sharing anymore, am I?
No.
No.
Okay, well, again, thank you, the 3 of you, very, very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Renee. Really, it's been a pleasure.
We appreciate it. We
Thank
know
you as well.
Pleasure.
Anybody who's listening today or watching the recording in the future, you know that Wedaways is a dual-sided marketplace. Wedaways.com is where we feature luxury venues around the world that cater to the wedding and honeymoon markets. And we have our Virtuoso affiliated travel agency. Pamela spearheads that department with her staff, and we support our wedding planners in their client bookings around the world, as well as clients directly, lots of multi-gen trips. This week we went to Tuscany and Capri, and on Thursday we're going to be going to Montenegro, Istanbul, and Crete. Please join us. They are phenomenal properties as well. July 2nd, we start our Wedaways Advantage, Travel and the Business of Wedding series. The series this time will be sponsored by the Viceroy Hotel Group. On Wedaways.com, we feature 4 of the Viceroy properties, and whomever is the lucky wedding planner that wins a 3-night breakfast included getaway at any of the 4 properties you choose from. There will also be a special dining experience for 2 spa treatments and a special in-room amenity. So you definitely want to tune in for that. We are here for you anywhere, anytime. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye.
Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.